Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to discuss single phase induction motor. We will discuss how single phase induction motor works, how its construction, we construct single phase induction motor, and why it is preferred over three phase induction motor. What is the requirement to use single phase induction motor? The primary reason for using single phase induction motor is its economy and how it is used in rural areas, and why single phase AC power requirement is there, while there is three phase supply is also there, but for economically single phase supply is more economical in comparison to three phase. Therefore it requires some machines to be made which uses single phase supply. Therefore single phase induction motor comes into existence. Fixed loads require not more than 0.5 kilowatt, therefore which can be run through single phase supply, or therefore single phase induction motor is more economical. Moreover, single phase induction are more simple in construction, reliable and easy to repair. Therefore it is cheaper in cost also. It find wide application in fans, refrigerator, vacuum cleaners, washing machine and other kitchen equipment tools. These are all the advantages of single phase induction motor to be used in instead of three phase induction motor. Actually three phase induction motor is used for heavy loads mainly. Now what are the various types of single phase induction motor? Single phase induction motor are various types. Number one is split phase motors. Split phase induction motor is having four types of induction motor. Number one, resistance start motor. Number two, capacitor start induction motor. Number three, permanent split capacitor motor. Number two, two value capacitor motor. So this is all comes under split phase induction motor. Number two is shaded pole induction motor. And similarly the other types are reluctance start induction motor, repulsion start induction motor, and the other motors similarly AC series motor, universal motor, and some synchronous motors are also there in single phase. These are basically reluctance motor, hysteresis motor and sub synchronous motor. So starting with the advantage and application, single phase induction motor are very widely used in industry, especially in fractional horsepower. They are extensively used for electrical drive for low power constant speed apparatus such as machine tools, domestic apparatus and agriculture machinery. Single phase induction motor varies in sizes from 1 is to 400 kilowatt to 1 is to 25 kilowatt. These are mainly used in toys, hair dryers, vending machines, etc. Universal motor is widely used in portable tools, vacuum cleaner and kitchen equipments. What are the disadvantages of single phase induction motor are? These machines are useful for small output. They are not used for large powers as they suffer from many disadvantages and are never used in where three phase machines can be adopted. So let us discuss some of the disadvantages also. There is output is the output is only 50% of three phase induction motor and for a given frame size and temperature rise. So if we are considering for same size and temperature rise, the machine is having less output in comparison to three phase induction motor. They are having low power factor also. Their efficiency is low. These motors do not have inherent starting torque. Inherent starting torque is not present in single phase induction motor. However, it is present in three phase induction motor. So this is one of the advantage. We have to make some arrangement present in three phase, absent in single phase. So they are having more expensive also than comparison to three phase motor in for same output. Low overload capacity also there. Construction wise, if we talk about single phase induction motor is very simple in construction. However, their rotor is mainly squirrel cage type. But if you talk about stator conductors are having low resistance winding. This winding is known as stator winding wounded on stator. The winding has high resistance and it's embedded deep inside the stator. The high resistance winding is embedded deep inside the stator. There are two windings, maybe one is low and one is high. So starting winding is low resistance and the running winding is having high resistance. Now one more winding is there, that is known as auxiliary winding, which is connected with a centrifugal switch connected in series with it. So the main function of this auxiliary switch winding is nothing but to cut off the starting winding when the rotor is accelerated to about 75% of the rated speed. In capacitor start motors, electrolyte capacitor is suitable capacitance is also incorporated in the stator winding circuit. The main stator winding and auxiliary winding are joined in parallel, and these are having arrangement like one winding is, it is like this. So this is one of the, like this is the supply. So one is stator main winding, the other one is auxiliary winding. Both are connected in parallel across the rotor. So the main winding and auxiliary winding are joined in parallel. Their arrangement by which the polarity of only only the starting winding can be reversed. This can be used to change the direction of the rotation of rotor. So by changing only one of the winding, we can change the direction of rotor also. So this is all about the construction, and single phase induction motor is similar to three phase squirrel cage induction motor in physical appearance. Working: when the power supplies for the stator is switched on and alternating current flows through the stator winding. This setups the alternating flux. This flux across the air gap links with the rotor conductors. By electromagnetic induction, the induced EMF links with the rotor circuit and rotor forms a closed circuit. Currents are induced in the rotor bars. Due to interaction of rotor induced current and stator flux, a torque is produced. It is really seen that in all rotor conductors in the upper half come under north pole, all the rotors in the lower half comes under south pole. Hence upper part of the rotor is subjected to a torque which tends to rotate it in one direction. The lower half is acted upon equal, which tends to rotate in an opposite direction. The two equal and opposite torques cancel out, which results in net relevant torque 0. So this arrangement holds if, however, rotor is in motion in any direction when the supply for the stator is switched on, the rotor can develop more torque in that direction. The net torque will have non-zero value, and this impact the rotor would speed up in its direction. So to having one of the rotor side having more torque, then the rotor starts rotating in that direction only. So this is how single phase induction starts and runs. So in the next lecture we will discuss about more about the single phase induction motor. Thank you.